from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. This is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Sanchez ready to go, and we are underway from Lucas Oil Stadium. Returning it, Justice Hill. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And to me, he's one of the two most difficult guys in the league to game plan for in the NFL, and I have Patrick Mahomes in that category. But just about every team we talk to getting ready for Lamar Jackson says the exact same thing. We've got to slow him down running the football, yet no one's been able to really do it consistently. Now, the most impressive thing about his game to me, how he's developed as both a passer and a leader. His team believes in him.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first.
5 yards. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's in his 17th season now in the NFL, an 8-time Pro Bowler to boot. It's Phillip Rivers.
I don't know what it is, partner, but every time I watch Phillip Rivers play, I just have a big grin on my face because he plays the game with such joy. Loves being out there. Remember, he's part of that great 2004 class with Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger, two of them still in the league today. Now he's probably going to go over 60,000 passing yards and 400 touchdowns this season. The big question mark, how much does he have left in the tank? I think he's got plenty.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Now it's Hines. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Now 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Well, the Baltimore Ravens now 4-1 in 2020. They get the relatively easy win over Cincy Week 5, 27-3, the 4th straight time they've beaten their AFC North rivals. And the Ravens getting their first look at Joe Burrow, and really they were the first one to totally tamp him down, holding him without a touchdown. And what was that you told me, Charles, the 5th time that a reigning MVP had taken on last year's #1 pick?
Yeah, and like the previous 4 times, the MVP came out on top. In this game, going into it, when you looked at those two playing against each other, it was almost like professional wrestling, belt versus belt, wasn't it? Think of the hardware both of them have in their homes that they have accumulated during their time. Not just reigning MVP versus #1 overall pick, but both for former Heisman winners going head-to-head. You name it, that matchup had it. And now we got to take a look at what Baltimore has coming up. They go to Philadelphia, a short road trip next week before they get their open week in Week 7. And right now, this schedule's really good for Baltimore in terms of travel. I don't think they get on a plane for like the next 30 days or 40 days or so. So that's really a built-in advantage in a really tough season.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Colts' 36-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 5. That goes for a gain of 31.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
They'll come out in the pistol.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run. Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
The Indianapolis Colts had 3-2 here in 2020. Had their 3-game win streak snap week 5 at the hands of the Browns. 32-23. Now the Colts defense is allowing 14 points a game coming in. That season high 32 to Baker Mayfield, and the suddenly hot Browns ultimately doomed them. But CD, what do you make of the Colts through 5 weeks? Is their defense really good, or have they been helped out by a favorable schedule?
Well, there's no question they've been helped a little bit by a favorable schedule, but I think it's a good defense overall. I like what they've done. I like how they respond, but their offense has really got to help them a little bit more. And, you know, Jonathan Taylor's going to run it, but at the same time now, Phillip Rivers not taking care of the ball as they expected him to. They thought he'd bounce back from what we saw last year in Los Angeles, and that's been a bit of a problem for them. So I do think that this is a team that has potential. There's no question about it. They have to shore some things up, especially on the offensive side of the ball, because they're home for Cincinnati before an open week in week 7.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
39-yard line.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rivers to throw it. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson will throw again. Throw left side complete. It's Ingram. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he's going to keep it here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Second down and 3.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 26. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback. Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That's not good enough, man.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Rivers pass.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. This is Mack on the counter. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
49-yard line.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter. Because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Draw play. This is Hines. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
34-yard line.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
A play fake to Mack. Now Rivers. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 34 yards. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
And that one makes it 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Returning it, Hill. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, the Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
DeForest Buckner. Phillip Rivers sacked.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
It got his man complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
40, 90, block 15.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run with Hines. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Ball carrier.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He's going to have the first down past the 20, as he'll take it all the way up to the 20-yard line. Rivers to Hilton there, first down empty.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Rivers hands this one to Mack. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Play fake, Rivers. He completes this one to Mack.
Marlon Mack. That's good for a Colts.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rivers. He's got Burton here.
Rivers.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Rivers again. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
1st and 10.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
run on first down with Marlon Mack. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
The ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers fighting Hilton on the slant. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. 11 yards there, first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Rivers. Caught left side by Hilton. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
No
yardage. Okay.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
Rivers pass.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it. It's Mack. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago. That if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
They'll run here with Mack. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Mack, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Rivers sacked.
Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. This a 33-yard attempt.
A 33-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Ravens 14, Colts 10.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. The return man is Hill.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Jackson on first down, sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it down. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
On the keeper.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 37 yards.
37 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown.
Mark Ingram. with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now another drive coming for Phillip Rivers and the Colts.
Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
What a break here. Turnover late in this first half, and now they're set up in field goal range already.
With a chance to get more. So what you're telling your unit as they go out onto the field is very simply this. We've got 3 in our hip pocket. Don't jeopardize that. Let's attack and go for the big one here. Let's go get 6 and give ourselves a chance to really feel good going into the half.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the gun, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Jackson's pass.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson as the first half is winding down as the Ravens push further out in front.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now.
His kick is
a drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Pascal, incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, Rivers. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll throw from the gun. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. Rivers. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Full receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Throwing, Rivers. His throw incomplete. Rivers. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag.
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Taken from just outside the 30.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
2nd and 8.
Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You can't hit.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down.
At the 34-yard line.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But if the assignment gets mixed up, that's the end result.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 3.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Throwing is Jackson, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
Tucker now to add the point after.
Extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Here we go. 48 the mic. Keep it up, keep it up.
From the 29, Rivers. This goes out right to Doyle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
The ball carrier.
Calais Campbell on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tackle. 48.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
17.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
And now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now Jackson. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down.
49-yard line.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. And let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. DeForest Buckner able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Ravens 38, Colts 17.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Rivers. Campbell making the catch. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. So 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter.
1st down.
Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the 1st. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
The Colts set to take over here offensively.
And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Play action now. Rivers. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Hines. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Brought down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Rivers on the money, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And 3.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Rivers. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
A play fake to Mack. Now Rivers.
Look, this is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 47 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Blankenship out for the point after.
Extra point.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown.
The dangerous Hill now to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10. at their own 20.
And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
First down, Baltimore.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Now it's Ingram. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Ingram again. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That penalty against DJ Fluker, the behemoth out of Alabama. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Again, they'll run with Ingram. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
24-yard line.
Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They're running. Ingram. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Again, it's Edwards. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Ingram. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
Ravens 41, Colts 24.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Tucker now